Rex has become the hologram. Rex has somehow divulged into the future as Mithra steps through and kind of ruins the whole immersion. As Zeke just is there in the background. I guess we're in the backside of the TV if we're gonna be crossing over. Like how Pandora's not indulging with Zeke at all. Look at you, Pandy. I'm behind the screen. Zeke, you never change. And neither do we. Hey, hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 New Game Plus Blast Through. In the last episode, we got through the World Tree, and we met up with Malthus and Jin, and we kicked both of their crevs in, and Malthus got skewered by ice, which was really gruesome, but either way.
And somehow there's no damage to the structures.
No, because this is the world tree.
I mean, at least they have that hole there still.
Yeah, at least that's something. And you know what? I'm kind of disappointed with that straight off, because I'm thinking, oh, that could be like a secret entrance, or that could lead to a treasure. No, that just leads to death. I mean, that could be like a hidden message there. I mean, is there a reason why a Malthus jumped through and not used the door, which was literally right next to the hole? But regardless, let's go up and let's just give, I guess you could say, our final thoughts on quite honestly the final few moments for the game. Megrez. you know something's important if you have to use the term Meg in anything, unless it's Family Guy, in which case you shut up.
Treasure acquired.
And I do like treasure chests like this. It's similar to how in classic platformers in the 90s there was always a secret in the first stage if you went left. I thank Donkey Kong for that. There's that one last bit of money just is there in the background, just says, collect me, please. But unfortunately, we're filling up on filet vegetable foods for Mikal's sake. And I like how Elevated was used as another loading zone. And for starters, I like this little platform that we're on right now. It's sort of see-through, and I guess say it's reminiscent of like the Earth, so to speak. Even though we're not standing in that. It's standing there right now.
Arrived at the end point.
If we go outside, we find out.
Good point.
It's an elevator. That's what you do. Where when it stops, it normally reaches its destination. And I think it was up until after the cutscene that we saw how everything went down as far as the humans go. From this point, I was really giddy when reaching because I was really excited to be like, oh, it's getting all connected.
What is that?
I couldn't lie during this point. It's like, oh, we're about to find out what Elysium is.
I know, and we're gonna get to see Klaus and all that jazz. We get to see Pyra in her default outfit, even though it's clearly not the case.
Let's check out.
But can I say though, Pyra's outfits regarding her, I guess say her design, it kind of looks good amongst the night sky.
It's been a while, Father. Logos. Is that my real name?
Something that I do like about this scene, it's similar to the reason why Zanza picked Shulk out of all the people. It's something like this, like, it's no big deal. Your name just got picked because I don't know, just just for it's what it was a good idea at the time.
It sounds cool.
Yeah,
Here,
Logos.
don't you?
I don't know. It's just I feel like an antagonist and an antagonist can really seem evil if they just say, "Oh no, I just don't care."
To the point.
And so it's similar to this. You are expecting some kind of grandiose reason why your name is Logos, and it adds the effect of like, no, not really, just cool
I'll be
name.
gone soon enough. Is that right? Then I'll take it all.
This to me is also is also
If you believe
a good
that
way
is your role.
to speed things up because Malos's connection with Klaus we now know is not important because the way Malos is feeling is not really because of himself, it's because of Malthus. So and you kind of want Klaus to talk and interact with like Rex and all that. so it's a way saying
For creating me.
your attacks don't bother me. Here you go. Here's what you gotta do. Go off to the final area.
And here comes the other answer.
What? What was that, father? Was that something? Oh no. I mean, look. I looking at this as visual as well, especially with how whited out everything is. Not just from the moon and everything itself, or the clouds here, I guess it's meant to be. Just how bleak and bland everything looks, and I don't mean bland in a bad way this time around, but just how grey and how white out is everything. Because when I think about Elysium, it's meant to be like a paradise. It's meant to be everything we could ever want, and even right down to Klaus's response of like, your name. No, someone gave it to you and we thought it sounded cool. It just adds to the effect of like Elysium is nothing special. It's just like, no, it's there because it's there. It's not sounding very, angelic and harmonizing. It's its soundtrack, its looks, just like, this is not what I was expecting at all. And I feel like the game has built up Elysium so much in both its story and its back and forth between other characters, and it really is. I guess you want to say a juxtaposition, be like it goes from one thing and then to another thing so fast. I don't know. So it changes your perspective and really surprises you, and I feel like it makes a player feel that way, and then you get to see how that affects the character. I will say though, the laser grid that we just saw right now went past through. When we first got here, I thought there was a barrier and we couldn't get through it. So that was kind of confusing for a start. Oh no, that's a bit weird. I do like though how if you go back for a brief bit though, how those digital banners that are up there, it shows a tree on the hill, be like, this is what you were expecting. It's almost like a final reminder of like, that's what you've seen through all of this journey. That's what you've been going for, right? Right? Surely that's what is waiting for you right now, right? I do like this long pathway though that lights up randomly. I don't know what that is, but that long walkway with those bright banners still in your mind, and then to get this. I don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely effective because as you see sand, you don't.
Sure is bright.
You don't see a bright blue sky.
I'm sure of it. We've almost reached Elysium.
And everyone's got smiles on their faces and whatnot. And then, boom.
What is this place?
No.
I mean, I don't really feel like we ever got an explanation as to why Elysium looks like this.
No, I guess you can just boil it down to like it's been 500 years, or even longer. And then this. So I guess it's implied that it's been such a long time. I'm going to assume as much as Klaus has been alive, which is a freaking long time.
I don't get it. This is not how I remember.
And you can see that
That bell sound must be coming from somewhere.
there's brief pauses,
Someone here?
and I don't know if it's intentional or because I'm just extrapolating, but I like how Morag isn't even focusing on Elise and be like,
Over that direction.
that bell's coming from somewhere.
Sounds
Let's,
like it
you
come
know,
from there."
think about something else.
Then there's no point hanging around here.
Yeah. Only one way to find out. Let's go, Rex.
Alright. It might still be okay.
And
Maybe
I
it's
don't know
just
if it's just maybe
this
you can
bit that's destroyed.
almost hear like a scathing tone with Zeke and
bound to be
Pandora.
something over that way.
I just feel like it's really effective in like the subtleties. And speaking of subtleties, I do really enjoy the somber for the somber music that plays. And here's the thing: this song, it only plays during this portion of this game. Like if you go forward and actually enter the church, this song finishes. It ends. Which I feel like is a damn shame, because I feel like the song really emphasizes the feeling of what's going on here. You know, this is not what I was expecting. Our paradise is not here. Almost at a loss, sort of thing.
What have we here?
I feel like it plays,
Searching
I think, as strong as, if not more stronger, effect in Torna when you first see Torrigoth. But also, we're gonna be quiet for a bit, and we're gonna let you hear it, just so it sticks with you for a bit.
You're all mine.
With the soft piano and the subtle choir in the background,
What have we here?
I just feel like it makes you want to go exploring, but not in the adventurous way. More like you know, what the hell's going on here. And the fact that there are various like text logs in which you can look at various things and have the characters interact with it and saying, you know, what was this or what was that. That adds more to it. Although, to be fair, similar to like Moritha, I do wish we did get a bit more context, because you can explain why, you know, there's trees and the desert and whatnot, but this place looks destroyed almost.
What have we here?
I never met a tree I didn't want to climb. Searching database.
Maybe you can say it's because of the fight or the massive battle that we saw in space back in the day, but
Or the effects of the conduit sucking everything in.
True. I just wish they gave just a little more context, because like the road on top of there, or for the bike that's disintegrating. It's like, it doesn't happen, you know, just like
Actually
that.
a lot like the stuff we saw in Moritha.
Way more dusty though. Maybe because it's so dry up here.
Huh?
It seems to have been a child's vehicle.
Right.
I don't know what it is. There's just something funny about piloting a child's vehicle, not a bike or not
It must have been a grand old city.
not a toy,
It
but
stretches further
just
than
like
the eye
that.
can see.
Even though it seems to be a city, you can still kind of tell it's indoors because you
Yeah.
can see the shield above it.
You might. I bet some people are gonna say, "Oh my God, this is like the White Whale or something," or maybe like a version on one of the ships. But still, though, it just leaves a lot to the imagination, and it's a point in which you would want to get more interaction. I mean, I think the most contents you get out of this is a heart-to-heart with Florin in what you can do or what happened here or what can help bring it back to life. But apart from that, though, nothing much. I also do like the concept that they they don't know what a church is, even though they have had a religion in Indol, but yet they still don't know. It gives a sense of, like, really, guys?
Well, I mean, to be fair, they call Klaus the architect, not God.
I know. I mean, actually, know what? It does make sense, because in Shulk's world, it was a religion, the Bionis, with the Bionite Order and whatnot. Here though, there is no such thing as gods. How fitting.
Stopped.
Have you heard the bad news? There is no one here.
A signal we should enter, perhaps?
We probably should.
Or it could be a trap. Is anyone referencing that at all?
Welcome home, my children.
I always love how Joe Mark flinches back whenever something happens.
Yeah. Some people might call it a bit
You don't mean...
cheesy, but
The
I still
architect
think
is
it's an effect. And it works to some extent.
I am always here. Come to me.
I've never left.
It is kind of fitting, though, that Klaus's voice is emanating through a chapel.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's almost like a bridge.
Over there.
It's like a bridge. It's like a bridge between Rex's world and now Shulk. In a world in which you have had no gods, what's a logical bridge, so so on and so forth, to a world with gods? A church that again leads down to leads down to a science lab. Weird how it's designed, this place. How it goes from a city and then to a church that leads to another lab. It's like, did they worship Scientology or whatnot? and before we go on ahead as the escalator takes us away, I'm surprised Shulk isn't commenting on that. We had just better adjust blades that are I guess decent enough to go ahead, because we're not as good gonna have near at any point. So I don't know whoever we can use, because we don't necessarily have an outright healer. So I guess Fiora. Yep,
We can do it!
the crossover begins. You're gonna have Elmer, aren't you? You are gonna have Elmer.
I pride myself on being a good teammate.
All of the Xenoblades are coming together, baby! And if it helps Nia out, we're not gonna have Pyra here.
And Pandora just disappeared.
Yeah. So she can be a little bit nicer to us? Maybe?
The building's holding up well inside.
Quality of structural materials much better than in city outside. This made of same substance as World Tree itself. Same as the World Tree.
Dun.
Huh? Hey, where is everyone? Pyra! Gramps!
It makes me wonder if Malos went through something like this when he came down here.
Like seeing all of Torna, perhaps. You know what? It's possible. Although, like, if I can imagine, since he's got more of a connection to Klaus than Rex, perhaps maybe he's immune. I don't know. Also, it's kind of awkward saying how we have all those Torna members here with us right now. But you know. Out of the way, loser. Don't forget me. The one who pushed you over.
Imperial Army.
They just turn around and they have really scary faces on.
Yeah, or bright red eyes. Like, what did you say?
Because I'll admit, this segment is a little creepy.
It is, especially with you know, somehow there's skulls.
And this song doesn't help either.
Yes. Definitely indicates heariness, not to say the least. And now it doesn't help for the fact that we're not fighting for our friends, we're fighting against our friends. Also likes to hang on this loading screen for a while, which I think adds to it. Music stings as well. Nice touch.
Nia! Dromark! I'm so glad you...
Why, Rex?
Huh?
You told us Elysium was real.
My lady and I traveled.
And here's the thing that I love about these various scenes we're going through. You could initially you could just boil it down to the fact that oh this must be like Rex's feelings coming to
Dromark! What are you talking about?
coming to fruition, and this is you know falling Rex's head.
I told you. I promised.
But in actuality, it's the characters, and they are interacting with each other in reality.
Pyra, is that it?
And some people might brush this thing aside to be like, oh come on, this is coming out of nowhere, and this is just, you know, cheesy drama for dramatic effects. But for the points that we have, but even throughout the game, we've pointed out the various turning points for the characters which they might feel differently.
And I love the desperation in Nia's voice there.
Yeah.
It's a nice change.
Yeah. I feel like the closest.
Okay, time
I
to take
feel like oh god, she's level 99. Although to be fair, she isn't really putting up much of a fight, so fair enough. As Rex says, ow. I feel like the closest that people can get to complaining about scenes like this is because of the implied romance that that Nia and Rex have.
Much obliged.
So then Halo doesn't do much.
We're gonna need a lot of weapon outside. This old... I can still... fight.
Sorry, Nia.
Yeah. Again, the implied romance with Nia is, again, it's kind of cheesy, so I see why people have a problem with it, or possibly have issue.
Especially with the I love you, Rex.
Yeah. I feel that's a bit hand-fisted, as close as it can get. But I feel like the next segments that are coming up, I feel like they're entirely justified with their interactions with Rex, especially with like Tora and Morag, because Morag and Niall, we've seen that they have been worried about Morade and what's going to happen to the Titan, and for and for Morardain to literally be dragged into the fight of the World Tree and get closer to dying, that puts the entire town at risk, and therefore Morag has invested hatred towards Rex. Because, again, Morardain is being dragged into a fight that it didn't need to because of Rex. Tor, of course, is... ironically has the highest look stat of all the main characters, and yet he is not a driver.
And it's also interesting how Gramps isn't with all this as well.
Exactly. Until the extra point.
Mm-hmm.
What do you...
You just run ahead, without a thought for anyone else, and this is the result!
And to be honest, Morag does have a point. Back in Indol, when asked, what you plan to do, and Rex is like, I don't know. I'll just get to Elysium.
I'm just stumbling my way forward, is what he said.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you don't have a plan. It's like, that's great. And you're putting entire kingdoms, entire worlds at risk, i.e. Titans. And someone who is invested, invested as Morag is, you can understand.
If only it weren't for you, Rex!
But me? I didn't mean to...
And I don't know about you, but I kind of wish that we got to see things that the other characters seen, because for Morag, this is, she comes across as like Morardain and Nyla are dead. Like I kind of wish we got to see that. Another reason why I really like this this segment of the game is because it's a real kin to the scene back in Tanta where everyone turned opposite. Like Bridget was violent, Poppy was emotional, and all that jazz. And after it, once you get Pyra back, and once you unlock a true form, everyone's back in high spirits. Be like, yeah, fine. Everyone's back to normal, and then this change again, which is more violent. It doesn't quite have the same effect, but it definitely takes you out of the comfort zone.
We must take our vengeance for the thousands of lives you have stolen.
I killed. No way, I didn't.
Yeah, because when this first played, I thought this was like a post-apocalyptic dream when it mentioned you killed 1,000 people, Rex.
Yeah.
Like it was like an Aegis War 2.0 or something like that.
Yeah, again, it's all in Rex's head.
Mm-hmm.
But once we realize that it's actually happening, but different people are seeing different things, it's kind of nice. Although I feel like it loses its blow when you're not seeing what the other characters are seeing.
Yeah, because I'd like to see what they're all seeing as well.
Again, it seems like how stories have different perspectives, but I understand that it's hard to do when this game is mostly focused on Rex's journey.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me you're all... You having fun, chum?
I do wish it gave you like an option to go back through this segment and fight through different characters.
Yeah.
Say Zeke has an argument with Morag, Nia has an issue with Morag because she still doesn't trust them, so on and so forth.
Like, or it could even just be done in heart to hearts. Like, what did you see in your vision, Zeke? Oh, I saw this and this and this kind of thing.
Exactly. But at the end of Data, we just get told that they saw the exact same thing. It's like, doesn't seem like it.
Who decided you should have all that power? How about you hand it over to the prince right now? He deserves it.
Stop it already! I did nothing wrong to any of you.
Man,
So
even
you
though
haven't
that's
worked
not
that
true.
out either. In your hurry to get here, you never stopped to consider all the things you left lying in your wake.
Man, to be honest, Zeke has a point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, time to take you down. Monado, burn!
The Aegis isn't for the likes of you, Chum. She needs a no effect.
Thanks for that. Ha!
I'm really feeling it.
My thoughts exactly. Monado,
I do like how there's also subtle character dialogue in these fights. And I feel like that adds to it.
Eat. Yeah. Hit it now. I guess I really am the best. Now. Eat it. Ah, I missed.
It was impossible to become your driver.
Monado, burst.
Happy will protect
Ha!
Masterplan.
Eat it.
Stratospheric thunder!
Monado,
Oh, shut up!
storm.
At this rate, Zeke, I kind of agree. Rex, shut up.
Enough, stop!
I killed him.
Tatora, Poppy.
Makes me wonder why I did that in the first place.
No, I never wanted this. Zeke, Pandoria.
What are you doing, Rex?
And also, remember how I said that we initially thought that it's like all in Rex's head?
Mm-hmm.
This scene doesn't help. But oh, it's okay. Suddenly I'm a big titan again now, and have all my stuff as if nothing ever happened.
This place.
And hang on, back to the beginning of the game. And maybe we're seeing things from Grant's perspective in what he felt at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of this scene is trying to convey. And this one, I think really is effective because I've mentioned how there's characters that's acting complete opposites of themselves.
Because when these cutscenes first played, I felt really sorry for Rex.
Yeah.
Like when he started crying, I could feel myself tearing up.
Mm-hmm.
Too late, Rex.
And
Where did you wander off to?
and here's the thing: we've seen everyone act of their opposites,
Let's go ahead and eat.
except for these two.
I've cooked up a whole bunch of your favorites. I hope you've got room.
And it's been subtle up to this point, I feel. But this one, it doesn't hold your hand, but it gives you enough hints that you can tell like something's off. Like say here now, Mithra's now cooking,
Eat up.
and it's not killing Rex.
I think Pyra's the one cooking.
No. I feel like
Which kind of bread do you want?
I think I kind of remember that Mithra cooked.
And this.
I might be wrong. If I am, I'll
There you go.
I'll openly admit it.
Thanks.
But I do know.
Hey, do you want some wine?
I do know that Rex
You're too
Rex
young.
mentioned that
Silly me.
Mithra's acting more like Pyra.
Mithra, has something happened?
What do you mean?
It's just you're a lot nicer than normal.
Stop it. I'm always nice to you, aren't I?
If you say so.
And that's a subtle enough hint to be like, yes,
Rex, come
hey,
on.
things have
How can you
changed.
sit down to eat without washing your hands first? That's a faux pas. Go wash your hands right now.
Sorry. You're acting almost like Mithra today, Pyra.
I know crabbed on the audio mixing right now,
Did you
or in the
scrub
past
them
game,
properly?
but I feel like the ambient noises mixing with the audio, I feel like that's good. It's just the audio and voice acting which is wrong, which is a bit off. Okay, now yeah, I think you're right. I think I was wrong in saying that. Yeah, I think Pirate did call that. So I will admit fault on that one.
Tastes even better.
Of course it does. After all, I made it myself. Maybe I'll try my hand next time.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was wrong.
No, you know how that always ends. But carving's good for you. Anyway, I want to do something nice for Rex too. No cooking. Who's gonna save the world if Rex gets the runs? You're so mean.
I feel like that line wasn't really needed because it kind of ruins the moment for me. Although to be fair, this is an uncomfortable scene, so I guess maybe you make it a bit more uncomfortable with that line. Yeah, and it's this scene and the expression on the characters' faces.
I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore. Everyone's all wrong. They all said but now you two. Did I go wrong somewhere?
And that line, I feel like, emphasizes Rex's naivety, but also good spirit. Like he wants to do good, but he doesn't know what he did wrong or why everyone's pissed off at him. I guess maybe it's because Rex kind of promised more than what he could deliver. It's like, yeah, I'll take this legendary sword back home. I'll find everyone a new home and solve all of the world's issues. I'm gonna save all rest and stop the evil villains. I'm gonna take down the evil Praetorian religion, and I'm gonna make Jin and Malos see the truth. And then getting this, it's like promise so much and then not getting much.
Why are we all here?
Rex, that was very awkward. Did I say some stupid things about loving you?
I merely wish
My bad.
to examine the shapes of your hearts.
It would appear you are all really messed up.
Who is that blonde boy with you? He looks familiar.
He's not meant to be there, and neither is the blonde girl and the silver-haired woman. I have no idea yet. He also looks metallic in that angle.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. I am Metal Klaus. You shall see me in the next Smash Brothers.
Well, it could probably explain how you lived so long.
True. I'm part Dark Void and part Mechon.
Those are not your present forms, but alternate possibilities. Your other selves that lie within. That is what I wanted to see.
I wanted to see your personas.
You were all thinking stuff like that, deep down. Was that how we really feel?
That's
Then you saw it too.
That's what I just said.
Looks like we were all shown the same kind of stuff.
I don't know why they're in spotlights. Like, couldn't you give us? I mean, couldn't you give them like one spotlight? Or was it more effective to be like a singular spotlight each?
What was your purpose in showing us this? Those were not pleasant visions to behold.
My lady could have embarrassed herself in front of Rex by saying she loves her. She loves him. I'm sorry, I get that wrong from time to time.
Has changed, and where it is headed.
And were you disappointed?
A nice little detail is how they give Klaus a very echoey voice.
And they're purposely not showing his left side.
Yeah. I bet that messes with a lot of OCD people. Be like, put him in the center, is that so wrong? And also the effect of Klaus's voice kind of works in two ways. It shows the emptiness of the room, and his state of being, aka half void. Even with the camera work, be like showing here, showing one side and showing an angle of one side. It's subtle things, but I really like it. And here's the thing, but because they did this in the original and they're doing it in 2, I wonder if they're showing this cutscene so often because they're building to something. They're either building it until it actually is revealed and we get more context. It's either that, or they want to, or this like beta footage for the actual cutscene. This is like a prototype cutscene for what they have planned in the future.
And I had a theory that they're talking about the destruction of Earth.
And it might be the Elysium, this place. It might be the last stand of humanity. It could be. I mean, because
we just got Elma's perspective when she fled it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Earth in that shot. Are you? No. So it could be.
I do not know. However, its existence. Again,
I'm gonna laugh if with each Xenoblade game that they do, they're gonna re-show this cutscene and give it give it HD textures. They're gonna mess with camera angles or character expressions, and then eventually in the final game when this arc gets done, they'll have the perfect cutscene. They've worked on this cutscene for nearly 10 years now.
And I opened that forbidden gateway.
And the conduit looks like the same thing that's in Xenosaga, so how is that connected as well, if at all?
Oh god, and the fact that Cosmos is even here, I bet some theorists are going out being, it's all connected! It's all connected! I just really hope this doesn't turn into like a Kingdom Hearts situation in which don't get a final game for 13 years. and it comes out to a wide renowned resorting
Distant dimensions. All that remained here were the ruins of Moritha.
Including half of my body.
Half of my body.
We probably should have addressed that sooner.
Half of me lives on in some.
And Mouse didn't even say this part because it was still so dark, unless he has night vision, which in which case good for him.
Much longer.
I hear voices, like that blonde boy next to you. He just sees Shulk there, and the other voice just goes away. It's like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna die after all.
Or Shulk goes over and says, "That's the end of my world," and jumps in.
Yeah.
Left here alone.
It's like that, or he hears Ryan's voice. Shulk, where are you, man? It's like, uh-oh.
That just emanates from Klaus's abdomen.
Yeah.
I apologize, I just had something bad to eat this morning.
For where is Shulk? Sorry, my stomach is speaking, not Bob. I apologize.
I swore to restore this world.
Now it's Ron, Tom. Because no, that's stop Zanza. It's like that's you hear Mum Car going, "Where are you, another boy?"
As the clouds see.
It is awesome how I can emit fog beneath the floor.
If I was standing there right now, I'd probably be motion sick.
I can imagine.
Just seeing all the clouds bursting out.
Another thing about the scene that I really like is that you could say, oh, it's meant to be an effect and whatnot, but since they're in a space station, that kind of aesthetic can kind of work because you are sensing a screen. So it makes sense in the context of the environment. That's what happened at the Cosmos. Klaus had, and he dropped it accidentally. Whoops. My bad.
The crystals bonded with the Cloud Sea's particulate reconstructors. and formed the nuclei of new life.
If you do not know body anatomy, you're probably screwed in this part.
Over time, grow larger.
Tora not know what you talking about.
Finally,
Tora's just asleep at this point. Like, mama,
complex organisms
I
based on
work
the
on
data of their
robots.
core
I
crystal.
don't work on anything else.
This newly birthed life
That chart just signified that Armus evolved from a brog.
evolved into a
Yep. And evolved from a little fish. Well, I say little fish, more like big fish. And then somehow became the world tree.
But I did not trust this world, born as it had been.
It was the first concept.
I wish it was this easy to get the answer to the meaning of life.
Yeah, you know, just let's go to a big tree and fight your way through a few robots and then speak to a half-man, half-void character.
I implemented one final measure.
I think that's kind of cool. I also like on the left side of Klaus, you know, that one that's not partly void. You can also see bits of his like lab jacket on him, like on his elbow and also on his crotch, fittingly enough. Yeah, so there is remnants of his old self there, and
Antos.
I was left with the other two. Logos
Artos,
and
we do not know who that is, but I can imagine somewhere, at some point, he is a fancy lad.
Possibly.
who is very nice and goes, "Hello there." and he probably gives great predictions. Also like the funny concept of like him nodding and the void nods as well. Like nodding void. Just how the void just leans forward a bit. I can move a dark void at my whim. Oh yeah, and also, do you like my cool green screen effect? I made it myself.
And Rex is like, that's me.
That's me. Yeah, I'm seeing me.
Oh, I saw Vandom.
Oh, I remember that kid briefly.
further evolved blades.
Like a Morag closer to Klaus and Rex is. Like, I have more of an intrigue in this than anyone else. Hello. I am Wulfric.
Oh, Vandom, I miss ya.
Oh man, well, I remember the days. We are mixing accents and it's like crazy, it's not funny.
It boggles the mind a tad.
If you have to openly say that in an RPG, maybe you should kind of condense it a little bit.
To replace the victims of the previous world.
That's right.
Yes. And the void agrees.
So,
Subtle nod.
I believe you saw
You can even see it now how Klaus is speaking the voice and matching his movements. It's kind of funny. It makes me wonder how they did this as far as modelling wise. Is that like an effect that's clung to him? Or is that actually part of his model? In which case, that's impressive.
core crystals.
They cut Klaus in half and then made the actual void part of his model.
No, it looks like the void is kind of matching his outline. Like, it looks like it's sitting down.
If that's like one model, God, I feel sorry. God, I feel sorry for whoever had to make that.
Creation of blades and titans.
Because I've modelled in my, I have experience in 3D modelling, and you only have to make one side if you're making a symmetric model.
Wait, so you can't, like, make the whole model, entire model, and then delete part of it?
You can, or what 3D modelers do is they make one half and then copy and paste, or like say mirror it. So, and that's how you make a model. But from what I'm seeing, they made the one half of Klaus, if my theory is correct, and they just went mad with the spikes in the void. In this case, it's impressive. That's probably the most geeky I've ever sounded in this series, and I apologize. Because that's what everyone wants to hear about. To 3D model, you do this and this and this.
I think it's interesting backstory because I'm always curious on how they make the video games and whatnot.
It's. I think modeling wise, I feel like it's more fun. Programming wise,
yeah,
man,
with the code, yeah.
I have huge respect for anyone who codes, especially to something of this grandeur. You see, subtle nod.
It's pretty complex enough to code a website.
Yeah,
I can't really imagine what an entire game's like.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that in the past myself. Not fun. Not fun. Any type of coding is mad thing. Doing coding to this grandeur of a JRPG, my god. Because I can imagine getting the effects that are around Klaus right now and programming them. That must take like a day. Tor's hair probably takes about 3 hours.
You don't make sense.
And Shulk's like, haha, purge.
Purge. I know that. I think at this rate, I don't know.
Fate.
It is fated to happen.
It is the whims of them. I'm using all of the Persona jokes I can in this segment.
Was doomed from the start.
I say jokes, not really.
That can't be.
I had made my peace with it. Once more.
I have wasted all of your time by explaining it. I tried to make things better. I tried to rebuild things. It didn't work. The end.
And Numa.
Me and Pyra and Mithra.
Yes. And none of the guys behind you.
It might be long-winded, but I drink up this reference to the original. It's like, Klaus from the original, oh my god.
Exactly. Again, I feel like this segment is definitely made for fans of existing Xenoblade games. And one reason why I think that is, again, Monolith has outright said they did not expect Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to sell as well in the West as what it did.
Mm-hmm.
They outright said that, so they expected that this game would sell to Xenoblade fans, but it sold to a wider audience.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of is a double-edged sword. It's awesome and fan servicey to existing fans, and yet weird to others. Meanwhile, he is a robot armada.
What's all this shaking?
It is Logos. Malos. Trying to destroy
It is logos.
this world.
Logos. I sense many logos in the form of Smash Brothers.
Rex.
Rex, what is it you desire?
And this,
here we go.
This is a scene I love, so I'm just gonna let this stand right now.
I'll punch him in his stupid face and then probably get a drink with him or something. That's the 6th rule of the Salvager's Code. First have a punch out, then drink to forget. Once you've forgotten,
I love this. I love this delivery right now.
I'm not old enough to drink yet, though.
I see.
Just a brief pause on Klaus, be like,
Pyra and Mithra.
I see. Wow, you're an idiot. It's like he had the sudden realization of he's screwed, but there's nothing he can do. It's like a brief moment of like, you cannot be serious. This is the kid I've given my prized possession to. Oh, what's the point? I'm gonna die anyway. I see. Even now, Rex just shows he's still a child at heart. But still, it's still good to see. It makes Rex a likable character, i.e. a bit childish.
All of Elysium's data and authorizations to you. Make me proud.
And also, get me another set of clothing.
And also a burger.
Oh yes, I would like that.
I haven't eaten a burger in years.
And sorry, Pyra, is that if that's what our are called? If I do not have a proper attire for you, you are swimsuits for life.
I like how even the pillars look like the conduit.
Yep, it's conduit. It's almost like you're saying the conduit's a sticking point through this series. I don't know what gives you that idea.
I know it might be in a questionable place, but I really like how her name is right there.
Yeah, come on. They give you a reason on why to look there. And they put that name there just so it makes you feel a little less terrible. That's like saying, no, I wasn't looking at her chest, I was looking at her name, which is just conveniently right there.
Got it. Then,
I like how even on this angle, you can't see her name. You have to look down. That makes it even worse. I now regret my choice. As we zoom in on Rex's ass.
Perhaps I will be able to face you again. Galea. If you're not dead beforehand. And it makes me wonder why they pan up to that one effect. Is that like a reference to the Mechonis or something like that? It just seems like convenient timing.
The greatest of all artifices. The artifice that exists solely to destroy the world. Ion.
Ion what?
Ion what? A key with my ion what? And just going back a bit, I do like how Malos, yes, I know, was fueled by Amalthus, but it's also fueled by Klaus's explanation of like, I tried to fix the world, but I couldn't, so I'm just going to erase everything.
We returned.
Great work.
Did I miss anything? I really hope not. Oh no, I really think this entire effect is cool and how Klaus is almost at the is almost like the peak of the world tree. Like he is continuing the branch and the thing above him are like the leaves or something. I don't know. Either way, his design is definitely cool. Oh, I see you, blonde boy. It's weird how you have the same voice as me. Oh well.
Is my other half in you right now?
Yeah. Am I in your half? Have you been stabbed or shot yet? That's important questions I need to ask. But either way, on that awkward pause, similar to Klaus's, I think we'll end things off here. But we only have one thing left to do before things are all set and done. And no, I know it's not fighting Malos. In fact, I'd even argue to say it's got nothing to do with New Game Plus. Would you say that? No. So we have gotten the last rare blade, meaning we have one more quest, one more heart-to-heart to do, and one more bit of closure. I know Shulk's impatient. Look at him, he's tapping his foot, waiting. But I think Cosmos might as well round out this a bit of fan service moment. So next time on not New Game Plus, but on Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Vanilla version. We will see you guys next time for Cosmos' Blade Quest, and heart-to-heart, and everything else about her. So, with that guys, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. And hopefully Klaus will not be too messed up the fact that
Shulk's here.
Yeah, and hopefully he won't die by the time we're done.
It took us like what 30 episodes until we got to the final boss. I think I'll be fine. Anyway, guys, I'll see you then.